Whoopee, look at that.
Like an exhibit, everything inside this home
You can arrange it however you want.
has its place. Becky McKernan
Well, I did.
made sure of that.
Do you want me to pull that out?
In some ways, what Tim Barrelman McKernan did for fans was art.
I called it his Daisy Duke barrel, but look how short it is. Oh, dear mine.
A type of self-expression
But this is what went in the Rocky.
he shared with fans to the very end.
Made me cry. All right, let's see here.
Becky knew what she was getting herself into.
See, there he is with it.
When she fell in love with Barrelman, she even allowed him to wear one at their wedding.
I was kind-hearted too, girl.
The Broncos fan became a fixture in Denver football,
Yeah.
wearing nothing but a pair of cowboy boots and a cardboard barrel to every home game for 30 years.
That's the last one he ever wore. For those that really are curious, everybody laughs when I say he was commando quite often.
No museum can match the amount of Barrelman memorabilia in this home. They know that,
What have I got here?
but they can try and help keep his legacy alive.
Barrelman is just the most iconic Broncos fan and one of the most iconic sports fans in history.
Jeremy Morton works for History Colorado, a museum that features Barrelman in its exhibition of all things Denver, teaching all kinds of football fans
Go catch 'em.
a thing or two about devotion.
He had a bet with somebody once.
Yeah.
That he could get on TV, and he thought the best way for me to get on TV is if I wear a barrel to the game, and
He screams, go.
From that point on, he did it again, and it just
became a staple for him.
and Tim set that standard.
So yeah, you couldn't tell the story of Denver without the Broncos superfans.
Barrelman isn't just in the museum, but the NFL Hall of Fans as well.
Quite a deal.
But if you ask Becky, that wasn't her late husband's greatest accomplishment.
Yeah, oh, look.
It was his ability to make all kinds of people smile.
Because that's the kind of guy he was, very kind-hearted. There are certain people that capture your heart, and that's what Tim does.
And in a room full of treasures, it's his memory that's most valuable.
Sure enough.
Jaleesa Rosari, 9 News.
And he became such a celebrity.
Yeah.
I mean, remember tailgating with him at one of his final games for a story for 9 News, and it was just a stream of hundreds of people who wanted to come up, shake his hand, share a story, take a picture with him, introduce their kids or their grandkids to Barrelman. And he did it even when his health started to decline. He still just like put in hours, greeting people, being a great ambassador for the game and for the Broncos. He was one of a kind.
Yeah, I mean, he did so much for the Broncos, really, when you think about it. And I mean, little kids dressed as him for Halloween. That's the ultimate compliment, right?
Yep, a ton of them. And his favorite joke, of course, was to say, you know, people would ask him, you know, what do you have on under the barrel? And he'd kind of look down and he'd say, well, the boots.
Good answer.
Boots. Good. It was a good answer. It's got laughs every time, even when you knew it was coming. His wife, Becky, says that Tim's ashes were spread on the field after his death, and she still holds season tickets and tries to attend every single home game.
Wow. And you can try on one of the barrels at the History Colorado exhibit.